Hey, new clip and new story. Let's get started. So, this girl was telling me her story about getting engaged to a doctor. Of course, when she got engaged, she was over the moon. The doctor's a big deal, right? Then some money came her way, and her aunt told her, "Look, you gotta keep in mind that this guy's kinda crazy. He's a doctor, yeah, but he talks to everyone at the hospital, young and old, and he's got a thing for the ladies." She was like, "Seriously, keep in mind this guy's a bit wild. He's always hanging around, chatting up girls, and I don't know, you're gonna be dying of jealousy that he works in a hospital full of women." Her aunt said, "Who told you you should even be jealous? He's old school." Her aunt laughed so hard it was like a slap in the face to wake her up. Anyway, her aunt said, "Listen, I'm being serious with you this time. You gotta take life seriously. Not everything's a game. Marriage isn't a joke. You're gonna get married and have a man who won't want a clueless girl who laughs at everything. He wants someone who's cute and classy, someone who stands out from all the other women he sees." That was the gist of it. My aunt made me understand that my husband's job was all about women and that he talks to them. Anyway, Josef's father agreed, and it was time for me to sit down and chat with him while they were all buzzing around me, women talking nonstop. I went in after I got fed up, my eyes on the carpet and his shoes. Man, the lighting was so bright it made everything shine because it was so clean. We sat down together, and as soon as I did, he started talking. He said, "You and I need to agree on something before we start our life together. I have to explain something to you." At that moment, I totally forgot about the girls and nurses stuff since I saw his smile, and he took my hand. I got all shy, feeling like I was missing some affection. I wanted to tell him, "Say it, say it. What do you want?" I'm all ears. Honestly, I was kinda clueless, just like my aunt said. Anyway, he said, "Look, my dear." He actually said, "my dear," and I wanted to say, "Dude, just go, let's run away." He didn't want a wedding or a party or anything. Then he told me, "My job means I have to be away from home half a day or more, and sometimes I have shifts that last a day and a half to 2 days. Sometimes these periods come once to 3 times a week, and I'll be away from you then." I'm here trying to say, "Please, just this once. God bless you. I can't bear you being far from me." But of course, it's a hassle for Zaina and the others. Of course, I'm being polite, but seriously about his clothes and shoes. Anyway, the problem came up. He told me he wants to explain something and say that he has to always be in contact with the hospital, even when he's at home. So if anything happens, he's responsible. Like if the nurses call him, he has to answer. He doesn't want me to be like my friends' wives who go out and find excuses just to answer the doctors and nurses because their wives don't do any fuss or make a scene. I told you this now, so you know my job and situation. I have to answer them and check on my patients, and if they call, I have to pick up. Honestly, I'm fed up with my aunt and her talk. He told me, "I'm sure you understand me and others, but I don't want to have to wait for the right moment every time I get a call just so I can talk." I told him, "No, it's fine, just talk to them. I'm not going to stop you, but within limits. It's not reasonable for someone to call you all the time. They only call me when it's important." At that moment, I felt like my aunts were teaching me what's right, and I realized I was messing up. Anyway, we got married, I settled into my home, and I started taking care of him. Life back then was like a fairy tale, always reminding me about it. He'd say, "Honestly, I thought you were quiet and shy." I told him, "No, babe, it was just that my reputation didn't allow me to be any different." Anyway, during our honeymoon after the wedding, one of the female doctors called him, and he answered right in front of me. I heard him say, "God bless you, so and so." I thought maybe she was one of his aunts or cousins or a niece or something. His sister, Mary, I avoid her. She says stuff like that, and then hangs up. I asked him, "Who was that?" He said, "One of the doctors, a sweet doctor we have, bless her, she says hi." Honestly, at that moment, it wasn't just jealousy. I felt like a fire burning inside me. I wanted to go and bury her where she stood, her face and all. He was with them. I told her, "God bless her. May she have all the good." Of course, I didn't tell him I was jealous. Anyway, he said, "I feel like you're upset." I said, "Of course I am, babe. How dare she talk to you like that? She knows him right here beside you." And it wasn't even work time. We were in our honeymoon phase. I started crying and said, You're only supposed to reply to your family, not even your friends. Just sit down and let me cry. Anyway, we cooled down and things got better. Life went back to normal. He goes to work, and whenever he leaves, I sit and watch out for him. One day, we were just sitting together in the afternoon, all cozy, and he teasingly whistled with me. So then I get a call from that crazy woman who's been bothering me ever since I got married, and he answers it right in front of me. I swear, and I can hear her voice because he was talking loud, not knowing I was listening. Man, that bitch just chatted nonsense, didn't ask about work or anything, just random talk, and I'm listening. He's telling her about what happened that day or something, and honestly, her voice is so sweet, it could charm 100 men, way nicer than mine, seriously. God help me, I'm such an idiot, just like my aunt said. Women get all soft and clingy with their husbands, but from day one of marriage, I've been my usual self, didn't change a bit. Anyway, that crazy woman kept chatting away, and he was just humoring her, no shame or anything, neither in front of me nor her, just acting normal. So I'm still listening, and then this idea hits me. I grab the cups, stack them, cross my legs, and start shaking my leg, basically letting him know I'm annoyed. He notices I'm mad, and I'm totally fed up, like 100 devils inside me. Tonight, he's definitely sleeping outside the room. After a bit, he hangs up, comes around, but he's just circling me. I start a laugh, but force myself to stop, holding it in even though I'm pissed. I just want to tease him, but I'm scared he'll burst out laughing. Anyway, he's smiling and says, "What's up? You want to break the cups?" I told him, "Look, whenever I get mad, I end up laughing." He was laughing too and said, "Well, honestly, your expression gave you away." I just burst out laughing and couldn't hold it anymore. I told him, "Look, babe, I've heard all your questions about us, and that girl is a total animal, a bitch through and through." At that moment, I honestly felt sorry for her and realized my whole way of thinking was wrong. He promised me he wouldn't respond to her anymore, so I could be at peace. Since then, I've been way kinder to her, always checking up on her, seeing how she's doing, just keeping it simple. I want to share a little advice for every girl dreaming of marrying a doctor. I strongly recommend marrying a teacher instead. They finish early, and all they have to worry about are the mustaches at school, the parents, and the other teachers. When he comes home and sees you, all those crazy faces he saw at school just melt away. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.